What's going on, guys? Killer6, and today's video is kind of just a brief little tutorial because I get asked this all the time. Anytime that I'm farming loot midgets, it never fails that somebody wants to know, how in the world do you get loot midgets to spawn there? So I wanted to make this video to teach you guys, number one, how to get the midgets to spawn, and number two, the quickest and fastest way to get over there to them so that you can farm them repeatedly, and also give you some tips and tricks along the way. So first things first, you're going to want to go to the Wildlife Exploitation Preserve. Let me preface this real quick. Before you go there, you want to pick up a mission from Tanis called Doctor's Orders. Now you'll notice that this has some mission parameters. It says find the slag experiments, collect the slag experiment notes, and then it tells you Patricia Tanis needs you to collect some information on slag experimentation. It'll get kind of dark, to be entirely honest with you. Now, one very important part of this is that you do not want to complete any of those steps. Do not collect the slag experiment note. Do not do any of the stuff that the Doctor's Orders quest tells you to do. The Doctor's Orders quest is there specifically and only in this instance to get you those 4 loot midgets. If you pick up any of the slag experiment notes, do yourself a favor and either dashboard out of your game without saving, or if you're on PC, Alt F4. Do that, or else you are screwed out of getting these loot midgets. So, that being said, you will be able to get Doctor's Orders at the exact same moment that Wildlife Exploitation Preserve opens up to you. So as soon as Roland in Sanctuary says, I want you to go to Wildlife Exploitation Preserve, boom, immediately go downstairs, talk to Tanis, and pick up Doctor's Orders. Once you do that, you of course travel here to the Wildlife Exploitation Preserve, and here on the map is exactly what you need to look for. You need to get to this point, and you're going to want to go into the Natural Selection Annex. Now, I've covered this before. If you do not have the Natural Selection Annex, if you go to discord.gg/borderlands, they have their own Discord server, and on that Discord server, there is a section for looking for help, looking for groups, and it shows you the platform that you're on. So if you're on PC, go into the PC one. If you're on PlayStation 4, go into that one, etc., etc. So, what you do is you rush all the way through Wildlife Exploitation Preserve. You can literally go through there without killing anything after you've been through here once already. When you're doing the story mission, obviously you have to do that thing that Mordecai tells you to do to get the door to open. But once you get over here to the Natural Selection Annex, just go inside. And once you're inside, see how you get the save? Now you go right back out the door. Now this is the tricky part. Don't save and quit right now. If you do, it's going to spawn you way back at the beginning. Instead, what you want to do is, normally you would go that way to go through this area, but I'm going to teach you guys the shortcut. So what you do is you hang a hard left, completely ignore these guys if possible. If not possible, then deal with them, jump up the waterfall. If you're not able to dispatch them easily, then maybe go the other way, maybe take the right path. But all you gotta do is jump up this waterfall, and voila, you're in this next section. Now, the trick with this section is you do have to complete a few waves of enemies in order to get through this door. Oh, that's a fire weapon. You don't want to use fire versus robots, just as an FYI. In case you somehow didn't know that by this point. If you didn't know that, then that's just a bonus tip for you. One more thing. Before you go through and you get to the midgets, make sure you clear out all of these enemies. Even if you can get it to the point where you can kill the minimum amount and there's still some alive, that's not going to work. You want everything out here to be dead. Other than the racks that are flying around out there. Occasionally you see some racks. You don't have to deal with them. If it's a red dot on your map, you want it dead. And the reason for that is, if there are too many enemies alive on the map at any given time, it can potentially keep midgets from spawning in. So, just as a heads up, kill as many things as possible. And I'm going to show you here in a second also that you're going to want to kill the things in this next area as well, all the other enemies that spawn in this next area, because if you don't, again, you might suffer some issues with with enemies not spawning, your midgets not spawning properly. So you definitely want your midgets to spawn properly so you can get as much loot as possible. So what's going to happen is once you kill this guy and this door opens, you can run through, but see how 2 more dudes spawn back here? You need to deal with them, because if you don't deal with them, like I said, less midgets. And the less midgets you have, the less loot you're going to have. And you want the loot. You want the loot. All right, so after you get through the door, there's going to be one little green guy over here. And then on the opposite side, there's always two guys. Now, the two guys on the other side can potentially either be a chubby or a tubby, by the way. It can also be a rabid, so be aware of that. If you get a rabbit, then, you know, if you're trying to level up, then that's really good XP. If you're at the point in the thing where you haven't released all these things from their cages yet, then don't release them from their cages. It makes it a lot easier for you if you don't have to deal with that. However, if you've already opened it up, make sure you go this way, because you'll trigger the save point here. So that way, if you die, you don't have to run all the way back over, which is not fun. Also, during this, make sure you open up this box. And make sure you open up these 3 lockers, because you can get midgets out of here as well. Alright, from there you got a couple more enemies over here. You're going to have another little green guy that'll pop up. Sometimes he won't show up right away, and he'll be over inside there. So just be on the lookout for him. And then you'll have a guy over here as well. So after you've dispatched these guys, you are ready to go handle your midgets. And let's see, we are at about 6 minutes right now, and that's with me doing a lot of setup. So as you can see, this is not a very long farm. It doesn't take very long to do. Also, make sure you check this chest. I've gotten plenty of legendaries from this chest before, and on UVHM and beyond, I've gotten pearls from there as well. So you've got an option here. You can open them up one at a time, deal with each midget one by one, which is absolutely the smartest and safest way to deal with this. The problem with that is you have to wait for your action skill to cool down between each thing, or, oh, well, there we go. We got a non-spawning midget on that one. Not sure why, but it happened. So yeah, one good thing to do here is make sure you slag these guys, but do not slag them while they are in the air. If they are in the air while you slag them, then they will be unslaggable the rest of the time. So that can be problematic for you, just so you know. And final midget. Get him death marked up. And easy kill. And as you can see, we didn't get anything on this run, but you guys have seen me farm the midgets. You guys know that they have the potential to drop a fair bit of loot. Now at this point, once you've killed all the midgets, you can just go in and do boom, save, and quit if you want to. You can also restock your ammo with these chests too before you do that. That way it saves you some money, just in case, you know, you're low on funds on your character. You can also, if you want to increase the duration of this farm, you can go out here and shoot these egg sacs. There's one, there's two, and then there's a third one back here. And as you can see, we got a midget. So that's why I say you can do this to increase your farm, because you can get an actual extra midget out here. So there you have it. That is all there is to this farm. I'm going to go ahead and cut forward to a section in time where we get a midget that drops us something. And with that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe for more, and I will see you guys in the next video. Y'all take care. Nice. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? Holy crap, dude. Wow. Alrighty. Well, that's why you farm the midgets, guys. That's why you farm the midgets. Holy crap. Alrighty. Nice. Nice.